What is up, guys? Mikkel here, and today we're getting into Quant. I did a video the other day on Quant and DAG. I gave DAG its own individual video, so I think it's only fair that I do a deeper dive on Quant. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure you like it down below, comment what you think, and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you check out some of my other videos because I covered a lot of cool topics and you guys may not have heard of all of them, so make sure you check them out. One thing I want to say before I start, there's other quant researchers who really dive super deep into what quant is. I want to give you guys some stuff you may not have heard of, but give the people who don't know what it is a very good overview of what the project's doing. So let's jump right into it. So for those of you who don't know, and we'll go through this part quick, Quant is essentially connecting all the world's distributed ledgers for faster, more efficient growth. So what does that mean? So essentially what they're looking to do is shift away from individual siloed blockchains and create a way to connect all of them. And I'll show you guys a picture later that will help make this make more sense. They claim they're the world's first DLT gateway for enterprise and deliver interoperability across different networks and systems. We're now building on this platform to help enterprises, governments, and individuals across the globe benefit from the true potential of incredibly powerful technology. So essentially what they're looking to do is create what they call an overledger. And what they want is for this overledger to sit on top of distributed networks and centralized networks, but allow one easy access point for anyone who's not an expert in crypto to take advantage of the benefits of individual blockchains through one central point. And this is really massive because while the technology behind crypto is improving drastically, the education really isn't. And in order for companies and larger institutions such as banks and central banks to really feel comfortable dealing in crypto, they're really going to need all-encompassing solutions like Quant that really brings them all the benefits without them having to get into the complexities on their own. I think Quant is a great bet on the entire crypto ecosystem all working together to create a network of networks. And I think this is really cool and is overall just bullish for Quant. This is really highlighted right here. Quant Team Overledger DLT Gateway has game-changing implications for the world of distributed ledgers. Why? Because it delivers interoperability across systems, networks, DLTs, securely, simply, and cost-effectively without the need for new infrastructure or introducing bottlenecks. By removing the barriers of interoperability, Overledger helps you create a whole new world of possibilities. I'm going to get into some pictures later in this, but I want to show you a video on their website because I always think it's important before you get into this project and before I explain it to you to let them explain it to you because they really are the experts on the project.
My favorite thing about Quant is that we invent and push boundaries every day. We live in a hyper-connected world and society that's ever growing and ever increasing. Our purpose at Quant is to unleash the power of networks as connected as the world we live in. Blockchain and DLT, distributed ledger technologies, are transformational and foundational to society. The biggest challenges that enterprise face is the lack of interoperability and the ease of use.
Quant is solving the problem of complexity in DLT in two ways. One is to make it much easier to use. So we have an API that hides all of the complexity, makes it straightforward for developers to work with DLTs. The other thing is we're making it interoperable. So at the moment, there's lots of areas that are isolated where there's a lot of value, and we connect those together and make them available through the same easy-to-use interface.
We're split into two sections, R&D and engineering. So our R&D does the complex heavy lifting and understanding how to solve the problem in a prototype. And then we hand it over to engineering to make it enterprise level application.
Our core technology, Overledger, delivers universal interoperability that is fit for future and enterprise-oriented. We see numerous possibilities for enterprise and developer use cases for Overledger.
The way I see the technology being applied in the mid-market is mainly around finance, so tokenization of assets, new models for syndicated loans, new models for trade finance. There's a number of initiatives in that area, and Overledger will accelerate those because at the moment they are traditional blockchain projects that are working in isolation. The way I see the technology being applied more at a macro scale is systems that are linking countries and linking trade blocks, so EU region, Latin America region, and then specific corridors between countries where many flows are being digitalized on DLT, and those DLTs need linking together to make that work properly.
Quant powers a hyper-connected world of interconnected networks. That's the future.
So I'm going to stop it right there because I think that is an amazing quote. Quant is really a network of networks, and if you guys have watched any of my other videos, I am extremely bullish on network effects, and I really do think Quant is essentially is very well positioned to capitalize on these network effects and really simplify them for everyone to understand. So let's jump right into it, and this is one of the pictures I was talking to you about. So this shows you have siloed centralized enterprises, you have payment APIs, blockchains, enterprise blockchains, which are essentially private blockchains like R3, Corda, Hyperledger, banking APIs, and essentially just IoT APIs. What Quant allows you to do is access all of these different networks through one Overledger OS. This is absolutely massive because there's a reason why there's so many different companies in the world and blockchains. Not every company can be great at everything. Every single company and every single blockchain has their own benefit. What Quant will allow you to do is access all of these at once and use the benefit from each system. This is absolutely massive and removes you from having to be an absolute expert in each one of these separate categories, but rather allows you to compare and contrast them and utilize them simply and efficiently all through the Quant platform. I really think Quant is a great bet on everyone winning, and the more everyone else wins, the more Quant wins also. Something really cool I saw, and I mean, this is the stuff I love to see when I'm buying a project, because when you see someone like this guy, I mean Guy Duresh, I don't think his name's really that important, but managing director of Rockefeller Capital on Quant's board of advisors, this is what you love to see. One of the things I really follow in my investing philosophy is to follow the money. You don't want to follow a project with a bunch of unknown developers or guys who just came out of the restaurant business and are starting a project. This guy knows a lot more than me and you do, and currently at Rockefeller has over $17.9 billion under management. I think following this guy, it's not like you always follow people like this, but it's a good indication that yeah, they're doing big things, and if it's worth his time, it's probably worth our time too. Another thing I wanted to get into, their CEO, Gilbert, actually worked at the Federal Reserve, essentially their secure payment task force. I mean, this is insane because he went from here to the EU blockchain observatory as a forum member, where he worked on blockchain policy and framework. Then he worked at the as a chair at the BSI, and then founder of blockchain ISO standard, and now he's at Quant. I mean, you can see this guy is very interconnected in governments as well as the future of payment systems. I think this is amazing to see, because you only win when you have someone in charge who's capable of winning, and this shows that Gilbert's a winner. He has the connections to win, and he knows who to reach out for the future when he wants to incorporate the Quant platform in with some of these massive players. So, I mean, this is once again isn't something that's, this is an automatic win for Quant, but it's something that you add on to everything else Quant is, and you can say, wow, when you have a network effects working with the biggest networks in the entire world, I think that's something important. Also, here's a casual picture of Quant CEO Gilbert at a talk for the European Central Bank. I mean, guys, he worked at the Federal Reserve. I think Quant has a very good chance to be integrated into payment systems all over the world. And he's not sitting at this table because, I don't know, they want to, like, have some theoretical talk about what Quant might do. He is here because Quant is being currently integrated into these networks. And he's there to talk about it because it's already happened. They don't bring people up there to go speculate about stuff. They bring people up there who are part of the process, and I just want to point that out. This is someone who you want to learn about Quant. You have to follow v.h. Just a friendly reminder that non-functional ADA, I point this out in one of my other videos, is sitting at a $90 billion market cap. Quant is at $4 billion. When Quant reaches ADA's market cap, one token will be worth 7,000. Guys, we're still very early. Last time I checked, there's only 25,000 people holding Quant. The price is, we'll get into it later. The price has gone up exponentially. I kind of think I've been in for a while. I think at this point, if you really want to own it, then you bite the bullet, buy a small position, and average in. We have to see what happens, or it could crash massively, but just know it still has plenty of room to grow. Here's another thing that I think is extremely bullish, and these last two are things I love to see. For those of you who don't know SBI is one of the biggest banks in Japan. They're massively bullish on XRP, and SBI Japan speaks to using Quant not only for their FX business, but for their crypto business as well. Guys, this is mainstream adoption and showing the caliber of partners Quant is working with. They're working with one of my other favorite projects, XRP, which really shows that there's no, what do you want to call it, tribalism in the Quant community. Quant is looking to partner with top-tier projects and connect the biggest players in the entire world. Just so you guys know, too, actually, I'll get into this later, sorry. The Quant network is also, and if you guys didn't see this video, make sure you check out my last video I did on constellations. They are working with Constellation Network and working with them to help develop smart cities for London. Guys, Constellation is another project that's really in its own category. The fact that I see Quant working with them and working with Ripple, I mean, this is just what you love to see. So actually it just makes me even more confident when you see the top tier projects working together, because it shows that they all think of each other as top tier projects. The last thing I want to get into is the price of Quant. As you can see, it has gone on an absolute ripper. I was lucky enough to get in down here and just watch it go. I don't think there's ever enough Quant that I could have had in my life. I wish I bought exponentially more than I did, but you can't kick yourself about this stuff. I'm happy just to be in it. I just want to say I really don't think it's too late. I think this should crash back down to, who knows, 190, anything. But guys, this project is the real deal. It's still early, and if you think $300 is a lot, just understand that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, the fully diluted market cap is only sitting at $4 billion. Let me, so I'm having a hard time finding it. It might not, circulating supply here. This is what I really want to point out. A max supply of only 14 million coins. Guys, there are not a lot of these coins out there. it's not like something like XRP where there's billions of coins. There's only 14 million out there. Yeah, I'm not going to say more than that. This is a project I love. I think it has immense potential. Make sure you guys like this video. Check out my other videos too, and subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm going to keep pumping out videos like this, and I want to create a community of people who are on the cutting edge of these projects. I know right now a lot of the stuff I'm reporting on is a little late, like Quant, but we are going to find more projects like this early on, and the only way I can do that is if I have a community of people working together to find these amazing projects, and then I'll do my best to explain them to you and give you the bull case. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel, but for now, Mikkel out.